Well, fortunately, I hadn't opened the box yet, because actually the previous take that I just finished, I didn't have the microphone on, so nothing has changed. No announcements. No, here, open it up and pretend. Oh, I wonder what's inside. I don't have to do that now. So, whew, good. Anyways, let me reiterate. I play Guild Wars 2. I have a number of videos on my channel in case you haven't noticed, and nothing professional. I assure you, nothing professional. And one of the NPCs it's part of one of the festivals that they have once a year. It's called the Super Adventure Festival. And one of the NPCs is an Asuran named Moto. And Moto, one of the catchphrases he says when you walk by him, he says, "I like to think inside the box." Which is my best impression of Moto ever. He's an ugly mofo. They should have called him Mofo because he really is that ugly. But anyways, the reason I thought of that is because the packaging tape that they used here, it says "Think inside the box." So, it's not related to anything at all, but there it is. Speaking of which, this box is a lot larger than the previous two were. So, well, no, actually, the previous two, well, the first one was a lot larger. That one was from TF Source. That one was a lot bigger. But whatever. My point is, this is a single box with a single transformer on the inside. That's my point. So this one is far larger, I'm hoping, than any of the others that I've gotten up to this point. And I got it on sale at the same time that I got Starscream, which I just finished unboxing a few minutes ago. So this is the last box. Yay. I don't have to do editing ever again. The only video I haven't uploaded yet is the Megatron video. That hasn't been uploaded yet. I'll do that later tonight. So, yeah. I take it back. They actually did have some packaging protection in here. Didn't seem like much, though. It's probably one of those cases where they only packaged it on the top and that was it. Oh, this will come in handy. Yeah, they only packaged it on the top. Whoa, he looks way bigger. Way bigger. He's not as big as the 12 inches I was expecting back in 2007, but he is way bigger. That was the main problem. That was not the main problem. That was the problem with Blackout in 2007. He just was not big enough. I'm sorry. I've got the Voyager class figure, and that was not enough. That was just not enough. This guy was too motherfucking badass to not have a leader class figure. And unfortunately, they put it into Optus and Megatron because everybody's going to care about that. But like scale wise, I want. Oh wow, the tail of the tail rotor has his name on it. Ew. Did he have that in the movie? If he did, I'm gonna be disappointed. I don't think he did. But yeah, he needed a leader class figure more than any other. Than my God, look at that head sculpt and that head paint. Oh my God. Oh, I hope I can turn his hand. Well, he's got thumb joints. That's good, but I am concerned. Very first Bayformer we saw, and what an impression he left on us. I was sitting in a theater. There were only. I actually saw it kind of late. I think I was like a couple weeks into it, so like everybody who had wanted to see it had seen it at that point. And was it the Everett Theater? Yeah, I think it was one of the Everett theaters where I saw it. And the helicopter. Is it a CH-53 Sea Stallion? Is that CH-53? Is that what it? I don't remember, or I don't remember anymore. But anyways, um, you see the helicopter. The rotors are slowing down, and then you hear, or that was a terrible impersonation. I apologize. You hear that sound. You hear the G1 transformation. Everybody's like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna good." And then all of a sudden, all you hear is, and I just went, ah! I was like, yes, yes, because I didn't know what the hell I was looking at. But you got all these soldiers just absolutely annihilating this thing with all the rifles and whatever, and just right in the middle. I'm like, oh, fuck yes. This is what we've wanted since 1984. What is this plot you speak of? What is this character development you speak of? I don't care. And then there's this just this monster just boom. Oh, I hit the camera. I just, that was so fucking awesome. So awesome! Ah! And then they killed Megatron by sticking the Allspark cube in his chest. But yeah, I mean, I want to say that Black Cat was the very first. I think it was like it might have been Blackout and Barricade were the first two figures I got, or maybe it was Blackout and Bumblebee. Maybe it was Blackout and Jazz. I don't remember. I don't remember. I think Blackout was one of the first Bayformers I got my hands on. But just, oh, I needed that. We all needed that, and it was absolutely stunning in 2007. Like I don't care what the bad reputation was. I walked out of that theater and I was like, oh, that was so neat. That was so awesome. And the G1ers at that point had already been, yeah, it's not G1. Yeah, you said it was G1 inspired. Yeah. You know what? All Transformers are G1 inspired. They're all based off of G1 in some fashion or other. So, like, at that point, I didn't care. But when I saw Blackout, I'm like, oh my god, that is the coolest shit ever. So, oh, and then there's the black. Oh, right, I forgot to read the thing. Big screen inspired, scale, detail, backdrop, desert base assault. Decepticon Blackout shocks human defenses with unstoppable force. Uh huh. And whoever it was who said that I'm not going to do a commentary on Bayformers as a franchise right now, am I? Not particularly. But somebody came up with this genius idea, complaint that, and I don't think it was a trans fan who said this. I think it was like an actual movie critic or supposed movie critic, who basically made the claim that Bayformers One was nothing but a recruiting poster for the United States military. Do you know how hard the United States military got their ass handed to them in the first 5 minutes? I mean, really. So no, it was not a recruitment. It didn't make me want to join. I was like, no, I want to join the Decepticons. I don't care about the whatever. Oh my god, the rotor blades. Ah. Oh, that is just awesome. That's up you. That's awesome. Oh my god. Now, it's not the 12 inches I was expecting, but at this point, I don't care. Oh god, does he have the chest gun? I think he has the chest gun. Oh, that would be great if he did. There's definitely something that rotates in there. Ah! And yes, he comes with a little Scorponok. Because he had to. Because I would have complained if he didn't come with Scorponok. Oh, and also the music of the scene. Tanya, man, Jablonski was a great choice for that movie. But I'll say it again, it's a damn shame that it all got covered up with sound effects and shit. The chanting chorus of the theme that he used for the Decepticons, I'm like, wow. These guys are legit. It's not just robots in disguise. I was like, no, 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 there was legitimacy to this shit. Okay, I'm either going to destroy your tail or I'm going to scratch it up good. Either way, I'm not happy. Oh, he's got 3 tabs on it? Or 3 thingies on him? Why? By the way, why couldn't they put orange on for the turbine on in the center of him? Why isn't there orange on there? Should be. Or some kind of indication of light. Voyager figure was, I have to think back now because it's been a while. The Voyager figure was not terrible. as I recall, he was a little panel centric on the sides. It was a little difficult to get all the panels to line up properly. What else? His face was not just kind of looked like somebody took charcoal and just kind of on the front, and then they called it good, and then they painted his eyes in. So that was, and it has the fueling probe on his chest. Yes. So did you get all three off? Okay. First things first. Here's Scorponok, who does not have, who he has a friction joint there and a friction joint there, but that is it. So they'll paint his eyes, but they won't paint the generator on the inside. Strange choice. And then 1, 2 joints for his tail. So there's Scorponok. I like it. They give him, some kind of pose. Oh yeah, I forgot his. See, he didn't have claws. He had the drill bits. Well, he did, but they kind of open up in a freaky fashion. Also got a really badass intro. Scorponok was awesome in the movie. Wait, the very end of his tail is painted on or glued on. Really? They're supposed to imitate that one part where his tail gets shot off at the end of the thing. Scorponok was badass too. Little Scorponok, and the details I totally can't show you. So, yeah, hey, check out his eyes, yeah, and his mouth, and the friction in that elbow just went away forever. Oh, I hope you can use it. The thing about one of the other things about the Voyager class figure is that, wow, that turns really well. Oh my God, that turns amazingly well. One of the awesome things about Blackout is that his Voyager class figure didn't do this. No version of the character did this. But for whatever reason, in the movie, the tail rotor is the saw blade that he pulls out. It's not the main rotors from the helicopter mode. It's this thing right here. And so the Voyager class figure had that awful, absolutely awful thing where it go every time you squeezed on it, and there was no like genuine rotation or anything on it, which really, really sucked. I'm hoping, because this has a peg on it, which could be one of two things. Either A, it could be an actual mounting point, or it could be a representation of the anti-collision light, which would be really awesome if they'd actually painted it. Oh, by the way, oh yeah, of course it's totally fuzzy. There's his name. It says Blackout. But anyways, I hope that you can turn this into a weapon, or he gets, because this is his is the weapon that he very much uses in the Mission City fight when he lands in the alleyway. You see him pull something out from behind his back, and then he's got that rotor blade in his hands. But then the main rotor is still attached to his back like giant wings. So I'm hoping, I hope this gets used as the weapon as opposed to just a part that they couldn't attach properly. Oh, he has inflexible skirt armor. I touched him. Huh? You know, if I'd had my head screwed on straight when I pulled this out, I would have pulled out the original Voyager class figure to compare it with. But I haven't done it with any of the others, so I guess it's not a problem. Now, unfortunately, the one disadvantage, even though it's a leader class figure, the one what's not coming out? What's not coming out? Oh God, there's another one behind his head. Really? There's another one behind his head. For fuck's sake. Anyways, one of the things that I already knew when I bought it is that unfortunately the Studio Series Leader Class Blackout has one kind of sort of flaw to its design, and that is that his feet are just big old panels on the bottom, big old flat panels on the back. So unfortunately, what is that? What is that? Oh, that would be that'd be transformer kibble. Oh my god! So many twist ties I've just chopped up. Excuse me. Oh, those rotors! Those fucking demon wings. Look at that. Oh. I think that the only thing missing, I think, might be the anti-collision or like whatever it is, a little paint that they add to the edge of propeller blades and rotor blades to let you know that it's spinning to catch your attention. I think that's the only thing they don't have. Blades are made of a hard PVC, which means they'll hold their position, but eventually, yes, they will droop down. So you're probably going to want to store this guy in robot mode so that the rotors, well, wings, yeah, they are wings. Let's be honest. So that the wings are always pointed downwards. Oh my god, that face design. That being said, how am I going to hold him? Does his head turn? Well, his head. Yeah, his head is on a ball and socket, but there's a lot of friction in there. And I'm not going to fight the little antenna. Little antennas, right? Sure. I'm not going to fight the antennas and stuff on his face to. So he'll probably constantly be looking forward. And there's the refueling probe. Oh, does he have the gun? Oh, I hope he has a little gun that comes out of his. Come on. There's something in there. Come on. I know you're in there. I don't think it'll do it. Oh, and also, by the way, Steve Jablonsky's scar didn't help it. Oh, neat! Oh, dude! Oh, here's a detail that they've never been able to recreate. Look at this. The rotor actually splits in half the proper way so that you don't have. Oh, that's perfect. That's what you're supposed to do. Excellent. Oh my god. Oh, this is disgusting how good this is. And of course, because it's a Bayform, it's just tons and tons of surface detail. Okay. Anyways, as I was starting to mention when I pulled him out of the box, just before I pulled him out of the box, unfortunately, his feeder is just some shell kibble. So you got to deal with that. And there's also, he's got a huge, what is that? He has some significant kibble on the backside as well, or on his backside. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with that. I don't want to ruin that if there's any friction or anything. There we go. So yeah, he does have some stuff you got to worry about, and I don't know how screen accurate that is. I don't think it is, but I'm not gonna complain. So now this is a leader class figure. All the others I've opened up to this point have been Voyagers. So this is a leader class version. Wow, his is really loose. I wonder if I can retract it anymore. Oh, maybe it is supposed to be stored up a little further. Oh, it is. I think it is. Oh, yeah, there's a little okay, yeah, so it came out of the box like this. You can actually shift it upwards and peg it in. So it does lift up a little bit higher, but that's still a very loose connection right there. So, don't fight it. Oh my god, his legs. I feel like his legs are not being done justice. They're kind of skeletal looking legs. Like, I guess he looks a little beefier in the movie than he actually than they were able to do here. So fair enough. I suppose. Okay, elbows are tight. Eek. Looks like he wasn't 100% transformed right out of the box. There's a bunch of kibble, or he's got some. I don't know. Some stuff under his forearms that needs to be finished up. And damn tootin', I've got that original score going through my head right now. Absolutely. A peculiar wrist joint. His hands are like this, but they're barely. His hands are like this, so they're barely. There is a thumb, but his wrist is barely moves up and down. So he has only 3 fingers. That's weird. I thought he had 4. So he does have a wrist joint. It's just not very reliable, and it kind of opens up duckbill fashion, or Yeah, like that. Can I get it any higher? No, I cannot. What a weird choice. I guess I knew that already, that the wrist would not, like, his wrist doesn't turn in a direction that's actually, like, useful. Oh, oh, no, never mind, never mind. Oh, I was about to freak out for a second there. So far, friction joints all around. Maybe ratcheting in the legs. Oops. It's hard to figure out where to hang on to them. Skirt armor is a single piece. Ratcheting knees. Ooh, I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna keep that pointed forward. I'm gonna keep the fuel probe pointed forward. But yeah, his legs are. Not that I intend to mean to mean this pun, but his legs are deceptively thin. On this figure, at least, he has double knee joint. By the way, does he? Does he have a double knee joint? Yeah, he does. Kind of. Unless what Blackout wasn't a chicken, or he didn't have reverse knees on him, did he? I don't remember that. Okay, so in answer to the question, no, he does not have double knee joint, but he does have he has a transformation joint. Oops. So there's his knee. Okay, but then he's got a secondary. Come on, you can see the differences between them. So it's kind of a Starscream type scenario. I'm wondering. Blackout wasn't a chicken walker, was he? No, I don't think he was. If he was, it'd be a heck of a surprise for me. And then let's see, what does he have? Okay, he has an ankle tilt to the side, to either side. One of those directions has got to be one of those directions has got to be for transformation. And then his ankle. Really? How does that work? So he does have an ankle. Oh, the ankle is part of the transformation. Wow, I'd almost call that automorph. Wow. Oops. So apparently his knee guard is tied into his thigh, or his knee guard is tied into the ankle. That's an interesting choice. Huh. It's a very interesting. Where's that box? Did I pitch it? Yeah, I did. Damn it. Oh, maybe it is kind of a Starscream scenario because the first step shows his knees bent in both positions. Wow, I didn't think he was he has Starscream or Bayformer Starscream type knees on him. Wow, I was not expecting that. Okay, so Scorponok can be stored on the back in robot mode, which it could in all the others. So, wow, I didn't know he was a. Huh. I didn't realize that. Okay. I guess there's a lot of things I didn't know about Blackout. It's also been a long time since I've seen Bayformers 1, so. Or should I say it's been a long time since I saw Revenge of the Fallen? Because he reappeared there. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, that was, what was his name? Grinder? Which we totally didn't know that it wasn't Blackout, by the way, I'd like to point out. Thanks for that one, Michael. Michael Bay. I'll be honest, it's difficult to get a decent hold on this guy. Ow, and he's sticking out in all the wrong places, too. There's a panel covering his actual butt that's starting to irritate me. It's a hook. Yeah, his legs are deceptively thin. I thought they were, and not just because of the leader class figure, but I thought he, like, actually had, like, thick legs. No, not that kind of thick. Oh wow, there's an optional shoulder forward option. It's not a lot. It's not much, but it is there. So um, you can actually tilt his shoulders forward a bit. That's nice. I appreciate that. Yes, it is part of the transformation, but hey, if it's there, use it. So yeah, it doesn't. I don't think it pegs in. Okay, so it does peg into position. So technically, that it is a transformation joint, but it is designed to peg into place. So, gosh, it's really hard because like his wings get in the way, and then he's got this large thing on his back, which is getting in the way. Oh, and it ratchets his hips ratchet both forward and out to the sides. Interesting choice. I think the only one missing at this point is Bone Crusher. I think they only ever made like one figure. Oh, I think I think that fuel probe actually gets folded backwards in robot mode. Okay, so it was another mistransformation step. So I'll just have to remember to store that away. Okay, I mentioned it earlier. So you can peg the rotor into the holes on either forearm. Either forearm? Yes, either forearm. There it is. Just like it was in the movie. That's great. Love it. Love it. Something shifted. Oh, this is amazing. It's amazing. How many years do we have to wait for us to get a leader class version of this guy? And it's still really difficult to hang on to the figure. Like, kind of the only place I can like successfully reach is his waist, and even then, struggling a bit. I'm gonna have problems with you, aren't I? Yeah, I am. This guy's a conversation starter. How long have I been going? 35 minutes just talking about the robot mode. Oh my god. But I don't care because it's just that awesome. So shut up. That's it. Video's over. I'm done. This is Eva Universe, I think. Alright. Let's get to it. I think I'm gonna edit some of that gushing out. I'm not sure how, but I'm gonna edit some of the gushing. Because it's just too damn awesome. I spread them to either side, locked them into place, and now I'm wondering if I'll ever go to part again. Yeah, I'm gonna need both hands for this. I'm not gonna bother well, actually it might be worth it to see how compatible that is. Oh yeah, it's just peg the screw hole into the big old hole, or big old peg on his back, and you'll be fine. Whew. Okay, here we go. Wait, is there a specific way you're supposed to... Wait, they're molded as a single piece, what? No, that can't be. You wouldn't mold something like that. They're certainly not on the other side. There we go. Okay, there we go. That's what I need. So extend the rotors first. Oh, I see what they want. Okay. Alright. God, it is hard to hang on to this guy. Check this out. That's well over 12 inches in diameter. Well over. And he looks equally good from the back. That's ridiculous. Well, I already know how his legs transform. I wouldn't really call the knee and foot thing automorph, although it does kind of behave like it. You fold that into position and bam, it's done. It's kind of automorph, but it's kind of not. Well, I gotta start unpegging something at some point. By the way, there's no waist joint whatsoever, so which is fine. Okay, I did it with one side. I can do it with the other. Come on. There you go. I know it's the first time. I'll try to be gentle as I possibly can. 4500 X-ray, just like in the movie. Awesome. Which, if I remember correctly, 4500 X-ray is the registration number for Michael Bay's private personal aircraft, just without the November added to it. So Oh, I think I know what you did. Okay. Okay, don't tell me I did so well pegging you in earlier that... There we go. That's what I wanted. Ah! There we... Aha! Ah, there we go. That's what I wanted. Oh, stress mark. Yay, stress marks. You remember that the chest gun that he had? He doesn't have a chest gun, but what he does have is the nose. Whatchamacallit, the nose wheel. Wait, does it fold away? Oh, maybe the probe does. Maybe the fuel probe doesn't get folded away. Maybe it doesn't get folded away. Huh. Okay. I didn't think it did get folded away. But before I close the cockpit, where does his head go? Where does his head go? His head telescopes downwards. Dude. Dude. It's like the base of the neck where the collar would be slides down and becomes the floor of the nose. Dude. Oh my god, that's flawless. That's awesome. Oh my god. And then the little panel that was behind his head comes up and over and forms the front windscreen. Dude. And there's this little... Oh yeah, you totally can't see it, but you can kind of see the V fin. It's like those giant eyebrows or whatever. You can see it's right there, sitting inside the cockpit. So his head is inside of the cockpit. Ah, good. Now I've like first time in a half hour, 40 minutes. Now I actually have something to hang on to. I would love, and obviously it's Hollywood. Whatever it is that Hollywood does to make what they do, but I still want to see what on earth. I still want to see a slow motion, and it's not something you can do by watching one of the movies. But I want Industrial Light and Magic to release. Um, okay, more telescoping. Okay, I want Industrial Light and Magic to release slow motion versions of all the of as many of the transformations as they possibly can from Bayformers. Okay, why is this not turning? And now that I think about it, I can't remember how the Voyager figure transforms. I'd actually have to sit down and think about it. But I would like to see uh, multiple Bayformers in slow motion from different angles. And again, that's not something you can do with a screen capture. You can't do that because what they have in there, it would be motion blur because it'll all be 24, 30 frames a second, and that's not what I want because you'd have motion blur. But I want intentionally slow transformations. I want to actually see the things, and I want to see them untextured. I want to see um, what they I want to see what Bayformers really look like without the motion blur and the explosions and the weird lighting and all those things. I want to see what they look like. His legs don't do a lot of transforming. Like his feet are pretty much the only thing that his feet and the front of his shins are kind of the only things that transform. Okay, so then. Ah, okay. All right. I was folding that the wrong direction. Okay. Getting close to needing those instructions, folks. I've gotten this far, like, okay, I can figure it out on my own, but like, there we go. Still don't have the instructions. Instructions right here. Haven't looked at them yet. So he's going to be a little exposed on the other side, but that shouldn't be a big surprise. But yes, absolutely, I would love to see just to compare that because now I know you have to make it look like an alien technology flipping around all over the place. But on the other hand, you don't. It doesn't have to actually be that complicated. So there is a lot of shrinking and expanding parts, and there's swapping of parts. Like one part will disappear inside, and then they'll swap it out. That through the magic of computer animation, they'll swap it out for a new one. They'll come out, and then lo and behold, it's the proper shape. So there's a lot of that. I understand that. I understand that. But I would still like to see, and I'd like to see the official, the real CG models from Bayformers, a whole bunch of different ones. Wait, is the tail compartment open on the back? Maybe it does. Oh, it looks like Scorponok sits in the back. Oh, that'd be cool if he does. Wow, I think there may very well be a giant opening in the back. Whoa, that's honestly surprising. Hmm. Okay, well, so far so good. That dreaded skirt armor keeps getting in my way. What am I going to do with you? Skirt armor might be completely exposed after the transformation's done. And the arms are also going to be exposed. It's just going to be, I don't know what these are called on a helicopter. I think they're called pylons. Actually stick out the side of the helicopter. At least on military helicopters, I think that's what it is. Is it time to unfold you? Yeah, I think it is. Oh, the hand folds inside his forearm. Transforms by. It's that weird duck-billed thing. It folds into the forearm. Oh, but does it get covered by it? Oh, it does. That's how they hide it. Oh, wow. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Or maybe it doesn't. Oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, I had that. Oh, and that flips. Okay, okay, I was mistaken. Okay, so the hand is always going to be exposed under the pylon right there. So the underside will always have that. Okay. Ironically, the engines are. I think the engines are the engine intakes. Yeah, those are actual engines. I think those are going to be one of the last things. Oh God, how am I going to get this together? Oh my God, this is ridiculous. It really, really is. I wonder if it'd be worth it to. No, I've needed the rotors open this entire time, so maybe it's time to like put them back. No, don't push the. For fuck's sake. By the way, don't give this to kids. Do not. Studio Series was never intended for kids, so just don't even. Maybe it would be better to just keep the wings assembled when you're transforming it, and then just shift them out of the direction, whichever direction you need. Maybe it is better to do it that way. Oof. Is it more complex than the original 2007 offerings? Yeah, I think they are. I think they are more complex. Ah, okay. So you have to line up the pylon first, then finish off the fuel tank. I think it's a fuel tank. I think it's safe to say it's a fuel tank. I don't think it's a torpedo. That's not what this was. Sea Stallion's not meant for that. Is it Sea Stallion or Super Stallion? I don't remember. Because it used to be called, when Bayformers 1 came out, it used to be called the Pave Low. But they changed it, the model number or something on it changed. After Bayformers came out, it changed. And so it's no longer the Pave Low. It's called something else. It's the exact same model. It's just the way the U.S. military works, I guess. Speaking of how it works, what is? Okay, you go in there, right? Yes, yes, yes. There we go. Just gotta fight it a bit. Carefully fight it, but fight it. And then bring the hull panel up. Wow, this is going to be hard to get this out of here. Yikes and a half. How long have I been going? Almost 30 minutes. For the transformation alone, almost 30 minutes. I can't see what I'm doing. Frickin' skirt armor, what are you? But those hull panels, that's going to be a pain in the ass to do that. I'm surprised I didn't paint those windows in. Whatever. Now it's kind of a question of which hull panels do you put in first? Or, I'm sorry, which fuselage panels do you install first? Which order do you do it in now? That's the challenge at this point. I'm going to put these down. Of course, in order to do that, I have to move those out of the way, and then in order to do that, I have to do that. Did I mention already, don't give this to kids? It's been a year already, so no one's giving it to any kids. I don't sell them anymore. Scalpers might sell them, Getting close. Getting very close. Oh, look, skirt armor. Okay. Port side is done. Working on the starboard side. Locked. Locked. Okay. And then we'll cover up the rotor. What's it called? Transmission assembly, I think. I don't know what it's called. I don't fly helicopters. I've never been in a helicopter. I don't plan to anytime soon either. These things are creepy, like motorcycles. Ugh. I'll never ride a motorcycle either. There we go. That was satisfying. There's a difference between a satisfying, okay, that's where it goes, and an, oh shit, I broke it kind of click, That's something that a 6-year-old or an 8-year-old won't be able to know, is that sensation. It's something you just can't teach that to a kid. You have to know that feeling. Fortunately for me, I've been fairly cautious with my toys over the years, so there is a slight gap between the engines. I think that's intentional. I think that's how it is on the real helicopter. Okay, now we'll put the rotor into position, and then, dude, that's big. That's big from my perspective. And no, you cannot move the. Oop! What happened? That's all solid. That's all solid. 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 Yes. And then the flourish. I'll admit I'm disappointed. There's a huge gap in the back of the helicopter. I don't know if the real helicopter has that opening in the back or not. I don't know, so I can't comment there. But ow. But I am surprised that on this figure there is a. Oh, there's even a tail skid. Cool. I was trying to figure out what that was. I was like, is that a tail skid or a tail hook? I can't tell. It's a tail skid. But yeah, there's a huge opening in the back there, which is really disappointing. Unless there's like a half dozen steps I completely missed. Which, considering I did the whole thing. Oh, by the way, the instructions never opened them. Okay, so it looks like which I suppose that does make sense because Scorponok was made up of parts that that were integrated, that were integral part of this. So that does make sense. It's just in the case of this toy, they couldn't do it. So yeah, like it's understandable why. Oh, there's a pair of tabs on. Oh, there's a pair of tabs on his back. I totally didn't notice. Well played. So I suppose that's their way of saying, yeah, he's part of it. The original Deluxe, Scorponok, and Voyager Blackout. Scorponok just sits on the bottom, and that's it. Um, yeah. So it makes sense that they did it this way. What I don't like is that it's completely exposed like that. Ooh, let's see. I need to get some more light. There we go. I don't like that it's so. Come on, camera, work with me. So you can see him just hanging out there, and his tail goes all the way to the very end. So that it's understandable why they did that. On the other hand, well, there's this massive gap in the back of the helicopter. So, but that being said, oh my lord, people. Oh my god. Yes. This is ridiculous. Does the landing gear fold away? Yeah, you actually can fold the landing gear away if you so desire. No, you cannot. Actually, I don't think it folds away. Well, maybe it does. Oh, yeah, the... Dude, people. What the hell am I holding in my hands right now? And there's that bloody skirt armor. Oh my god. Dude. It says blackout on the on his tail. Dude. Or should I say dude? Yeah, I guess it would be open in the back on the real thing. I think it actually would be. Because I keep thinking like there's doors on the side, but I think the main ingress egress is on the is in the back. So okay. I want to say this is the largest air troop transport, which is totally untrue. Ooh, okay. There's something about this. I think the Sea Stallion is like the largest helicopter in the U.S. arsenal at the moment. Tough looking son of a bitch. Which is one of the reasons why they chose Blackout to be this particular one. It's because the helicopter is so big. It's like the C-47 Chinook, which is the twin rotor version, has been around since like the Vietnam era. Did they paint the inside? Oh yeah, they painted the interior of the exhaust nozzles. That is fantastic. That's a lot of reflection. And then the tail rotors. I'm not going to fight this too hard, but it's got no so slight. It's got no so slight, which, yeah, it is supposed to tilt slightly downwards, but I also feel like the plastic was designed to tilt a little higher up, so I'm not going to fight that too hard because it's like I don't know how much stress to put on it. That turns and ooh, I gotta work this. Gotta loosen that up. Does it pull up maybe? Yeah, this does not rotate very well. But it does rotate, so yeah, it catches. I think you just work this for a couple of minutes and eventually it'll yeah, it's already feeling a little better there. You can do it. It's not perfect, but if I drive it the other way. Still, you can actually turn the rotors, which is great. It's really, oops. Yeah, see if you grab onto the wrong one, it'll pop apart. Leader class blackout. How long did it take? 2007 to 2019? 12 years? Oh man, this is so awesome. The wheels don't turn, by the way. So, and it's got a little Scorponok sitting on the bottom. And yes, there's the skirt armor right there, front skirt armor, which is just a pain in the ass. So yeah, you can't really hide the kibble. That's just the way the game is played, you know. But that thing I was complaining about earlier was like with Starscream, you when you looked at it from the side, there's very much a shit ton of kibble on it. You look at this thing, not a problem. So I mean, they can do it, even if it was a leader class versus a Voyager class, whatever. But I mean, the leader class Starscream from when Dark of the Moon came out, that was a leader class figure, and they still weren't able to solve that problem. So, and then like I said, there's a little tail strike thing that prevent like if the tail comes down and hits the ground, the rotor will not touch. It, it'll actually catch the thing. So. And then, unless I'm mistaken, there's only one. There is one Decepticon badge painted on right there, right on the top of that little joint right there, the little peg right there. It's not a peg, that's just some detailing. I don't know what that is. Anyways, yeah, there's a Decepticon symbol right there, just above my finger, with the tail number 4500 X-ray, and then USAF. Let's see, that's good. Yeah, you're not going to be able to read it, but it says the same thing on both sides. United States Air Force 4500 X-ray, and then danger, keep away. And I did it without the instructions. Did I even open those? I don't remember. His feet, unless I did it wrong, which I don't think I did, but his feet are tilted slightly compared to each other. They're kind of overlapping one another. But it doesn't appear to be stressful. Oh. I'm kind of glad that they didn't go with the V-22 Osprey. Kind of glad they didn't. So I was like, this is just better. I wonder if this is. I'll kind of end it here. I wonder if this is like maybe 1/35th scale. Maybe that might be how big this is. I've never seen the Pavlo Sea Stallion model kit. I've never seen one of those, so I don't know. I don't know what it looks like, but just judging by the size of the cockpit and the size of Scorponok and comparing him to some of the others. By the way, Blackout way larger than Megatron. Just saying, which is weird because you kind of expect the two of them to be the same size. But yeah, I wonder if this is about 1/35th scale, maybe. Is that kind of what they're aiming for? And I don't have the boxes in reach. 47 minutes and 20 seconds. Ugh. I'm going to have a lot of editing to do on this one. 6 bots in 4 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 bots in 4 days. Lucky me. Unfortunately, it means I'm not going to be getting a lot. It's a good thing that Ryusoulger is not coming out to March, so that'll give me the opportunity to build up some money again. So, whew, saving grace. That's amazing. Gosh, gosh, gosh. Mwah. And so with that, this is AV Unit 4A saying thank you for tuning in.